Would you be on?
Bro, I'm not on that.
How do I know?
I'm telling you I'm not.
I think you're lying.
Why? See, you just because the narrative that fits your humor would be if I'm lying. The truth is, I'm not like that.
But you do want to be a kept man.
I don't want to be a kept man.
You don't?
I don't. I don't want to have to do too much that I don't have to do too much, but I don't want to be kept. Who just wants to sit at home all day?
You wouldn't sit at home. You would go freely do what the fuck you want to do.
No,
just you wouldn't have to pay bills like that.
I pay bills.
Your shorty would be holding it down. as the young people.
You call yourself a man in that circumstance then? By today's standard, could you call yourself a man if your significant other is holding down 92% of all financial responsibilities? Because the only thing at that point you're paying is your cell phone bill.
What do you do at that point? So now you gotta take into account of what like your value is just as a person that lives here. Like
anybody who wants to be kept like that.
But I'm saying though, like if your girl go to work and pay all the bills and you just stay at home guy, like if y'all have kids, are the kids your sole responsibility?
9 out of 10 is probably not in this day and age.
But I'm saying like that is the things that most like niggas gotta think about. Like, do you do laundry? Do you know how to cook?
Okay. I'm glad we on that.
Like,
I need people.
You have these kind of things or fucking it's a word in there somewhere. Survival skills, just life skills.
But why I gotta have a relationship to have those skills? Like that's one thing that irritates me. Okay. Why are we as men not doing that naturally? Like prior to before you met this woman, were you not washing your own clothes? Were you not making you some form of food? Were you not cleaning your own house? Like were you just being a hobo? Hoping for a woman to come in.
Some niggas be like that though, bro. They just be
nasty
hobo motherfucking sexuals.
Like that is nasty work, dog.
They call them hobosexuals.
That's nasty work, bro. Pete, you need to just. I hate people like that.
You hate homosexuals?
Yes.
Well, I mean, Tony, if you laying good wood and you can get away with it, do your thing.
No, it's not even about the ones laying good wood. I'm talking about the ones who that's just the mentality they got, period. Like,
I mean, but there is something that they are doing that is allowing them to have this mentality as to be successful.
Potential. There's a lot of women out here who are living off the potential that you might get her out these jams and make her be a stay-at-home woman or a kept woman. And it's only the potential. You happen to have a job at this bank, but this job is entry level. You're not trying to move up.
And I feel like this. Now, I know a lot of women in this day and age watch sports.
I've noticed a lot of them are starting to watch sports more.
If you are a woman who is a sports fan, you might understand this analogy. But for you young ladies who are out here dating for potential, you need to start putting these niggas on rookie deals. You know what happens when a rookie don't show no fucking improvement in the first 2 years?
You cut his ass.
He get fucking benched. And then they go with the OG until they find a new rookie. So if y'all gonna date niggas on potential, I say you give that nigga a year and a half max. If he ain't got no motion after that, you should cut that nigga. Because he don't got no potential. If you don't find the worth in yourself in a year and a half in this situation, you will never find it, my guy.
But some of them do.
Some of them do.
But it don't be it. Okay, if we're going to use this rookie conversation, then you have some of them that turn around and they bring these wild ass stipulations to the contract in. Like those who want you to cook and clean all the time, but you only paying 50% of the bills. So you want her to cook, you want her to clean, you want her to go half on these bills as well as take care of these kids, whether they yours or not. And all you want to do is just, can I just have my time so I can play my Madden before you start stressing me out? No, she has the right to stress you out right away.
Why?
Because being in this relationship with you is stressing her out.
Why is she stressed out?
You come home
Right.
with the $13,000 every 2-week paycheck.
Okay.
Talking about I'm the man of the house.
13,000 is bad.
1,300, my bad.
I'm like 13,000 every 2 weeks. Sound like that bitch should shut the fuck up talking to me.
Kind of got a little bit too deep in my rhetoric.
she should mind her motherfucking been there.
Kind of got a little bit too deep.
If I want to play the game, I'll play the motherfucking game.
I'm just saying. And you asking her to split half on these bills too, though.
Okay, what's wrong with that though?
It's not if that works for the dynamic of your household.
Right. Me personally, Juan, I'm not looking for no bitch who want to be treated like a princess.
You don't want to do the
princess. I ain't got it in me.
You got it in you? You're not wrong.
I'll treat you like a princess in other ways, but when it comes to...
What is a princess to you?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you want to go on these nice trips and you want expensive things like that kind of shit, I'm good with it. If I got the money, I'll buy it for you.
Right.
But when it comes to what we do in this household, it's a team. You want to know why I had extra money to go out here and buy you a nice bag? Because you might have covered the mortgage this month. It wasn't on me. But I'm just saying, like, you might have covered a bill. So it wasn't on me. So I had some extra cash. And instead of spending my extra money on a pair of J's, I was like, you know what? Bae looked out. Bae deserves something nice. So then I go get it for you.
I'm overdue for a pair of J's.
But I'm just saying, like, but again, like you said, you got to do what works for you.
You do got to do what works for you.
You know what works for you? Welcoming people to the goddamn Death Fresh Show. We spent 7 minutes talking about situations that neither one of us are in.
True.
Because whose kids are these?
You know, I got my own too.
I mean, you have children.
But my two are damn near almost self-sufficient too.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, one of them wants to learn how to play the piano.
That's tight.
Tiana.
That's tight.
And I think Lily might be ready.
She want to be John Legend?
Who, Tiana? I don't know.
Or Alicia Keys.
I don't know.
Just don't be a homewrecker like that long. Young lady.
I can't make that promise to Tiana. She's a Scorpio.
Yes. Why can't the Cancer learn how to play the piano?
Because she wants to be a cheerleader.
I don't think that's the right profession for sensitive people.
Are you sure? Because I've seen a lot of sensitive cheerleaders, but I've also seen a bunch of them be very cutthroat. Did you not watch Bring It On 1, 2, 3, and 4?
I've seen all the Bring It On.
Okay, first of all, I'm mad you watched them all because I only watched the first 2.
I've seen all the Bring It On.
I hate you. Why are you watching them?
At one point in time, that's how me and Jazz was bonding. She was
gonna get a pass. If you didn't bring up Jazz, I was gonna worry about you.
To Bring It On.
I'm gonna introduce him to Lily. I'm gonna make her watch the first one.
That's the only one that really should matter. It shouldn't be 5 of these motherfuckers or 4. How many?
It's a franchise. It should only been one American Pie, but we got 12 of them.
Nah, American Pie, you had to continue the story.
Nah, because there was none of them cats got redeemed.
But they
were just bad. They were all bad and they got worse.
But it was high school kids. So you got to tell the story after high school.
They were worse. And then on top of it, let's not forget about the pedophilic mom.
Everybody wanted to fuck Steffler's mom.
No. Only one person did.
But everybody wanted to.
No, only one person.
I'm just saying. But imagine how much power you hold over your friend because you fucked his mom.
You're traumatizing him. You're making him worse.
Absolutely.
The way that he's going to murder somebody.
Especially if you're the friend in a friend group that I like, but I don't really fuck with like that.
He is going to hurt somebody.
Hurt your mama. Your mama out here giving away her vagina.
And that's probably why he never wanted to go home. He probably actually left her alone because, you know, she always showed up at the end of the movie to go get some more pedophilia on.
Hey, look, man, it was a rapey time back then.
Yes, just like that little video we seen about how Ray J's character on Moesha was 17 years old dating a 28-year-old woman, but we didn't look twice at it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Death Fresh Show. It is I, Mr. Tone Deaf. We back in the building. As you can see, we are having our random conversations like we always do to kick the show off. That way, if we ever need to cut some stuff for the show, I can always clip off the beginning.
And just stick it somewhere?
No, just cut it off and just make it a reel for an episode that's not even in there no more.
Man, that's crazy.
Hey.
So I got a couple of quick hits, you know.
You got a lot of stuff on the docket today. I'm proud of you.
And with the quick hits, we don't have to spend long time on it because some shit just ain't worth the conversation. But
shout out to all my Twitter fans. I'm going live on Twitter today.
Oh damn, Tom, you got a lot of followers across all platforms. You go live on TikTok yet?
Oh, TikTok. That's where I'm at. My bad. I'm on TikTok.
Oh, so you can go live on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm live
so
on
you
TikTok.
got 1,000 followers. I know that's the thing.
Yeah. So
1,000 followers,
I've
you
been
go live on
every
TikTok.
time we do shows and episodes, I've been posting, clips and stuff from all the shows. I put them on TikTok first before I put them anywhere else. I put the good ones on everything else and whatnot. But yeah, they actually been getting some numbers over there. I'm stuck on that 300 where standard clips only go past 300, but recently I just got one that's in the thousands right now, so it's doing numbers.
Shout out to Tom, he's doing numbers. Hold on.
Trying to do numbers on the brand.
I heard clapping.
It's clapping somewhere across the top breast.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Shout out to Chip. Crystal being on late night with us tonight.
She said, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
That's the definition of a country girl in Chicago.
She from Chicago?
No, she's from Chicago.
Shout out to O Block.
Shut up, dog.
That's
There's other parts of
that's
Chicago.
that's all they advertise.
No, it's not. That's all you care about.
And Michael Jordan.
Shut up.
And Kanye West.
Shut up.
But speaking of Chicago, Derrick Rose retired.
It was kind of sad.
Was it really?
The man actually, he had an injury in his career that made him not be the best that he could be, but he still, he's the heart and soul of whatever team he played.
You know what's crazy? When people talk about Derrick Rose, first thing they do is bring up that injury. Like the nigga didn't play 17 more years.
I just said he couldn't be the best he could be. That injury changed his game plan.
The
way he played.
If he would have got out after the injury, sympathetic moment. But Derrick Rose played 18 fucking seasons.
And I'm proud.
It's not his fault. He was only good for like 4.
It was death. The injury killed everything. We always talk about the injuries.
But again, shout out to Derrick Rose. He retired 16 seasons. Now, what I do think would have been dope is if for next season, at the start of the season, Bull signed him for like a 10-day contract. Let him suit up, check in, check out, or retire as a Chicago Bull.
I mean,
get your one last goodbye, your hoorah. Because I mean, he's from Chicago.
I mean, I get that, but
so he had the quintessential LeBron James story. The hometown kid gets drafted by the hometown team.
I mean, let him be. If he go, let him go out the way he wants to. At least he had a retirement. Chris Webber just walked away and never. We didn't even know he was gone.
Yeah, dog just kind of popped up on like Analyzer. I was like, nigga, when you on the team last season, what you now you talking about the game?
You want to hear something funny, dog? It didn't even dawn on me that Chris Webber didn't retire. He didn't like announce his retirement until he popped up on the episode of the game. And he was going at what's the light-skinned dude name?
Jason Pitts.
He was going at him. He's like, didn't you just like not retire? You didn't have no retirement because they was making a big deal about he was having his retirement tour as a football player. Like he's just like, you didn't have one, you just quit. It's like, damn,
okay, so while we're in the realm of basketball, are you back a Knicks fan? Are you back?
No.
Are they not winning your love back, Tom?
No, I'm just
because I feel like once a Knicks fan, always a Knicks fan.
Okay, I told you this like a toxic ex-girlfriend being a Knicks fan. It's always been that way. Right now, I'm only at that point where I kind of secretly follow them from a separate page.
Okay, so you got a fake page.
I got a fake page right now. So I'm just checking to see how they doing. I ain't hate big head them yet.
Carl Anthony Towns.
And I've seen that.
Is on his way to New York. In a swap for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo. White Dante.
What's funny is I grew up 6 minutes from O Block. It was Parkway. See?
Yeah, Parkway Gardens.
I'm going to find out Crystal was moving.
She knew all them niggas.
She probably knew. She probably did. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I bet you. I guarantee you.
Crystal knew Larry. She knew Larry Hoover.
They were some kids. They were the sons or daughters of somebody she used to kick it with. I bet money.
But Carl Anthony Towns was traded.
I seen that
on some late night shit. Like I was watching TV and the phone. I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's the middle of the night. Who's making a trade?
Hey, you'd be surprised who make trades, bro.
So, that happened, and the basketball world was in an uproar. People keep saying that the Knicks are back, and I believe it.
It all depends on how well they work together. We've seen it over history. You can put a lot of good players on the same team together, and they just don't work out. Let's not forget there was a point in time where OKC was the powerhouse team. Does OKC have any rings?
Not yet. They had to rebuild after Kevin Durant left.
That's what I'm saying. Like you had
rebuild it.
Kevin Durant, you had Westbrook, you had Harding, you had what's the big nigga that do commentary now?
Kendrick Perkins.
You had Perkins. You had a nice little squad. Your starting five was unstoppable.
Couldn't win it.
And couldn't win it. So ever since then you got it.
I think the Knicks are all in on competing with the top tier teams of the Eastern Conference.
Sadly, but I will say this though. Unfortunately, this does bump Milwaukee down.
No, I ain't gonna say that.
I think it does.
I ain't gonna say that.
I think it bumps Milwaukee
I still
down.
think when you look at the Eastern Conference, it goes Boston, and that's only because Boston just won the championship.
Okay.
So you go Boston, Milwaukee, Philly. Now we talking about what New York is.
I don't know, man. I think this moves.
New York might be above Philly with the addition of Cat.
I don't know. I'm just saying, personally, as a Bucks fan, I can't put them in the 2 slot right now.
Why not?
Honestly, fam, I don't feel like they got the heart anymore.
Man, you just wait.
I'm hoping and praying I'm wrong.
I feel like we're gonna have a full year of this bullshit ass coaching of Doc Rivers, but man, you can't argue with some of the success he's had.
I'm just saying,
as long as the big three can stay healthy, we valid.
A Milwaukee, New York Eastern Conference Finals would be.
If that happened, Jalen Brunson better bring the whole bag. Because if you plan on having Cat stop Giannis, nigga, it's gonna be a long series.
We got New York, and we got Milwaukee.
Long series.
If we got Milwaukee and New York in the Eastern Conference Finals, bro, I'm literally flying back and forth for all 7 games.
It ain't even gonna go 7. It's gonna go 5.
I'm going, but I don't care. I'm still flying back and forth for each one.
Long series in this.
Hopefully we got
5 games.
Hopefully we got the home team home court advantage, so I ain't got to travel.
We'll win 2 in Milwaukee, 1 in New York, and then the other one in Milwaukee.
That way I can just go to both New York games.
And then we smashing whoever the fuck on the other side in the Western Conference, which will probably be Denver. We can fuck. We can fuck with Denver. Last quick hit. Happy belated birthday to my favorite.
You know what we used to, but we gonna bring it back.
Happy belated birthday to my favorite rapper in this motherfucker. It was Lil Wayne's birthday.
He a Libra too?
Yeah, 9/27.
Too many of you damn Libra.
And then it's my favorite nerd's birthday today.
Oh, Dougie.
It's Dougie's birthday. Shout out to
Dougie
Mom
Fresh.
and
That's what the name of y'all show. If y'all finally do y'all
Dougie Fresh.
The Dougie Fresh. if you replace me, it's an easy swap.
Easy swap.
Go from the Death Fresh show to the Dougie Fresh show.
So our favorite pie is under fire. Have you been seeing what they've been saying about our boy?
Okay, so
because apparently, like, I still fuck with him, but apparently black women are trying to get these niggas out of here.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you. Shits and Giggles is my favorite pod to listen to. That's not a TDR network pod, right? But they also us too, just British.
So you understood what happened? You understand how this happened?
So I'm over here wiping my forehead. Woo, glad it wasn't us. Kind of a situation.
Absolutely.
So, because they said things that have been expressed by multiple people. I just think that because I had to go look at what they actually said when they first got under fire, and it's one of them tricky situations where you can tell it was said in a joke. It was said in the content of, if you know how they do their show, you would understand why it was laughed off. But at the same time, you over here in America, and things are different. So because they were also on Poured Minds, and here's 2 strong black women who openly expressed themselves with no problem from Atlanta, and it wasn't bad. And it wasn't, and they had banter similar to that too, and it didn't feel like they didn't care about it. I just think that it was a comment that was made that they didn't understand the ramifications about what's happening. It's what I tell people all the time when you pod, like when you do this, you kind of have to be mindful that what you say, you got to stand on it. Either you stand on what you said and how you felt about it, or be willing to apologize for something being taken out of content or being considered distasteful. But you also have to look at the context of how people shows are. Like if Howard Stern was a podcast and not a radio show, would you have told him, I don't like how you said what you said, when you know the content of his whole platform is raunchy and out of character rhetoric? You know what I'm saying?
I think it was just one big misunderstanding.
It was what I do. I believe it's one big misunderstanding. I respect them for coming forth and apologizing for what was said. There are some people who would just let it die down. Like, y'all just took it out of content. We still gonna be who we are. And then like the few fans that they would lose, they probably picked up by other people who never heard of them before, going to listening to it. Was like, oh, it's not what y'all think it was. Okay, well, I'm gonna listen to them. They kind of funny. So the fans that they would have lost would have been the fans that they would have gained, but they cared enough to apologize and correct their wrong. So not only did they gain the new fans that came from this sleight of the tongue, they still kind of kept the ones they had. So
I enjoy their lingo.
That's because it's British.
Yeah, but it's funny.
It is funny. I like what they do and how they do it. They have their.
He was like, I would have been mad, Daddy. I was like, yo, what is he talking about? It spun me. Spun me.
I like their conversations. I like what they do over there.
I'm like, yo, I'm not sure if light skinned folks is
produce section.
Is a produce section member, but if he is,
I don't think he is. I just think that they secure.
He plays very well.
Well, number one issue is problematic, and they allow themselves to be baited by the white man. I give them that.
Andrew Schultz is definitely problematic. He is the white Charlemagne the guy. That's why they podcast and whatever it is that they do works so well, because they are one in the fucking same.
They might be. But
I'm mad that Charlemagne get to do that shit on the radio.
Because he owns the network. Well, he don't own the network, his radio station, though, but you know he owns his own podcast network, right?
He does.
So there's a lot of shows that are on right now that are actually under his network. So he probably why some of the shows get away with what they get away with. Nah, bro, I'm not selling out the network.
No, we can get a whole separate deal.
Nah, bro. I can't do it.
Why not?
I don't know, man. When you've been the boss for so long, it's hard for you to be okay with working under somebody else.
We just going to get the knowledge and the money.
Yeah, but they're going to try to make us change what this is. I mean, I'm not saying that this is great, but I don't want to change what this is. This is unique. This is us.
We've been the guinea pigs for everything fucking else. I'll be the guinea pig on how to get paid.
You wouldn't be the guinea pig on how to get paid. But I'm just saying, if they turn around and be like, yeah, man, we're going to have to get rid of Juan. Juan can't say these things. Here's a list of stuff you can't talk about. And all of a sudden now you're forced to sit here and be quiet for the whole show.
Does the check clear?
Then the check going to be smaller than what you thought it was, because you're not bringing the ha-ha like they want you to. Still going to do it?
Well, then once they see that I need to bring the funny,
then they're just going to drop us.
No, they're going to relax on some of the rules.
No, they're just going to drop us.
I mean, what could they possibly tell me not to say besides, some inflammatory F-bombs, which I don't even say here?
Number one, you definitely cannot talk about the produce section.
Why not? Everybody like tomatoes.
They don't. That's the problem.
Them motherfucking plums better get their shit in order.
You can't talk about the produce section. That's completely off the table. Number two,
I can be funny without talking about the produce section.
You can't offend anybody. Okay, Kayla said they asked to remove several things from the interview before the show aired, but conveniently left the part in. Meh. Okay. So they knew what they were doing. They were setting them up. I feel like that. I think that's what Kayla's trying to say.
I mean, I still fuck with shits and gigs. You can always scroll on my timeline.
I'm always gonna still rock with them because I like their show, and whatnot.
We're podcasters.
Podcasters.
Sometimes we say things that we don't really mean.
Plus, I like their show because there's a lot of stuff that they do in their show that we early in our podcasting era tried to experiment with. We just never stuck to. So like the timeline thing they do, we used to do that.
Yeah. Some of the shit they be reading be fucking hilarious.
We used to do that, but we didn't stick with it because Twitter wasn't the same like it used to be.
I don't know how to operate that shit.
So now when it transitioned from being a fun place to go to it's a business, and half your timeline is not even people you subscribe to.
And it's all porn.
Well, y'all let it be that.
You follow one porn star.
You ain't got to follow one. You tell you I know that. I created the TDR net. I created a TDR Twitter page. Like I had to make a new one, right? I only added my page and a couple of other people who I know pod under the network.
That's where they got the porn from.
And then just boom.
From your page.
No, it's not from my page. I actually don't follow.
From your personal page.
I don't actually follow.
Yeah, you
know
follow.
What? Let me stop lying.
You follow Miss B Nasty.
I got 3 actual professional porn stars.
Yeah, we all follow Miss B Nasty.
No, we all don't, but you know what? Follow her Twitch. Her playing video.
I don't care that she play video games.
Her playing video games is funny.
And that's cool.
That's why.
That's not what I'm here for.
Her playing video games is funny. She's more than just that special car.
That special car?
Yeah, she said she got cars. She got 2 to 3 cars. She got one car that she uses for every day. She got the car that she dropped the kids off in, which I think is like a minivan or something. And then she has the work car.
So, speaking of the internet, you know, a lot of people be on the internet.
Sadly.
And speaking of Twitter,
sadly,
my man said he was hacked. I don't believe it.
What happened?
But let's hear what okay, before we play the video. Apparently Usher's Twitter account got hacked.
Okay.
And
was it pre or post investigation?
It's in the middle of all of this. This just happened.
It just happened. Okay.
Now, I've never known a person to hack something and then just delete everything.
So he deleted the whole page?
Well, the hacker got in there and deleted the tweets.
So he just deleted all his tweets?
Just deleted all Usher's tweets.
I mean, that's not hard to do. You know that, right?
I didn't say it was hard. I just don't think that's what happened.
You think he cleaned up his own?
I think he did it. But let's hear what my light-skinned brother in Christ, Lawrence Johnson, had to say.
Why do you?
Account got hacked and damn y'all ran with it. See you tonight, Inuit Dome. So this is felonious work, my brother. You want me and us to believe that somebody hacked your Twitter, and the first thing they decide is like, you know what? I know what we could do. Let's delete all his tweets ever of all time. That will get him. You know, I'm young, but I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not no dickhead. This is why them tweets got taken down. You don't got to lie to us to say your account got hacked. We know your team is probably working double time to get all them tweets wiped off the internet.
You do gotta get rid of your
but I'm
tweets,
telling you right now, somebody out there, they probably got some screenshots. And from what I heard, he has tapes, and a lot of them. So it means a lot of motherfuckers going down. It's this relationship in particular that everyone's interested in. Because Diddy was trying to get his hands on Justin Bieber for a long time. No pun intended. Or maybe there is. Regardless, he didn't want to go over there because he wasn't into the whole freak-offs, baby oil situation. Understandably so. But then Usher stepped in. He said, Justin, trust me. We could trust him. Shouldn't have been trusted. Neither of them. Tweet and delete her. Talk about his account got hacked. I still cannot believe this is the lie you came up with. And you tweeted this to millions of people. Nobody's going to hack Usher's account and be like, you know what? Let's delete everything. That's hilarious. That's not even a funny joke. Nobody would take the time to do that. You know how meticulous and annoying that is? So they do his work. Usher, you're going to have some explaining to do, my brother. And I'm fortunate it had to be you.
It's really not as hard as people think it is. There's literally an option in Twitter that lets you delete your tweets forever. Because anytime I would level up with TDR, I would go back and delete everything just to be on the safe side. Y'all not gonna Kevin Hart me. This shit got big, got famous. We out here running things, and all of a sudden, randomly, you bring up an old tweet from 15 years ago when we was on Black Twitter acting stupid. And don't let it be the time when we were just randomly writing lyrics on our timeline just to meet our daily quota. Not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that.
There's a lot of people getting caught up in some nasty shit.
Because people keep forgetting that the internet is forever.
It's just like, yo, just to wake up and see that your homie is like indicted on some freak shit, and you be like, damn, I was there.
Who in Diddy's camp is like, damn, not my homie, and not, damn, let me go back to sleep. I can sleep peacefully now. Because we still don't know where Farnsworth Bentley went.
Yeah, now the people speaking on his name now.
We still don't know where he went. We don't know if he's alive or not. I mean, I ain't did my research, but
I feel like once Puff is like properly in jail, like in jail, like see right now he just like in jail.
he ain't in the penitentiary yet.
Right, but like see he's still like in holding type shit.
I'm just saying.
If they sentence Puff to like prison time, and we know he not coming home tomorrow type shit, he can't blow up nobody else's car.
And that too.
Farnsworth Bentley might come out and be like,
I did not know he
tried to kill Kid Cudi. You thought that was a joke?
I didn't know that actually happened.
You thought they was lying to you?
I didn't hear the story about.
I don't even know why he wanted to do that.
I didn't know about the story until recently about the Kid Cudi situation. So when I heard it and people were talking about it, I was like, one, I'm not surprised, but why? Why are you trying to kill Kid Cudi? Like, he did House Party 7. That, got to give him a pass.
Well, this was before that.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
Cudi made day and night.
I just recently like found out why he punched Drake in the face.
Drake probably had that coming though.
So, are you familiar with the song 0 to 100?
Yeah.
So apparently that was never supposed to be a Drake song.
I can believe that.
It was a Puff song.
I don't want him on that song, but okay.
Puff wanted Drake to write the song for him.
Okay. On
some ghostwrite shit. So I guess Drake must have, completed the song, sent it to Puff. Puff didn't like the song. So I don't know, like within that conversation of I don't like the song, I don't know if I don't like the song mean you should just like go rewrite it, or like I don't like the song mean I'm not gonna do the song. And then Drake was like, well, fuck it, I'll do it. And then he rapped.
I guarantee you, Puff told Drake.
Then it became a hit.
I'll guarantee you, Puff told Drake, I don't like these bars. You got to rewrite them. And Drake took offense because he's an artist and he's sensitive about his shit. So he's like, F you. I'm going to go ahead and just do this anyway.
Then he got punched in the face with his troubles.
And then he probably did the reference track. And the reference track sound fire. So he just went on ahead and put it out just to prove to him that his version was still good. And I think, I'm going to tell you, it was probably only a hit because it was Drake. And it was a catchy hook. A lot of songs don't be making like top numbers because the song is good. It's just catchy hook, bruh. Catchy hook.
If it's a catchy hook and people buy it, as long as it makes some money, it don't got to be good.
Because I know there's some songs out here, dog, where the lyrics are trash. The lyrics are trash, but the hook is catchy.
There's a lot of Jaguar Wright videos up there.
I hate you for that.
I like it though.
I
love
don't.
The conspiracy. It's deep dive rabbit hole.
Why are you following these rabbit holes of conspiracies? Is this a Jaguar Wright video?
Let's talk about.
Nope. Gonna say that one. I was trying to see which one that was in the lower corner. All right. So all your Jaguar Wright videos are up there.
Yeah, we'll start. Just play one.
Oh my God.
Looking like my girl Jaguar Wright is at it again.
Do you?
This time around,
remember any
it's
songs
looking like Jaguar is talking about my boy Jamie Foxx. Okay. Now, Jamie is definitely one of my favorite comedian actors in Hollywood.
Okay,
so
what does it say?
It's crazy. But we all know that
I will let you listen and then we will analyze the video.
He actually has thrown a few parties for P. Diddy and a bunch of other different individuals. But Jaguar went into detail about how Jamie parties get really crazy after 12 o'clock. Man, just listen to what Jag said.
Jamie done a lot. The naked basketball games. Everybody knew if you went to a party at Jamie's house that night,
naked
the witching hour began. Basically, he would have a party and everybody would be in there. But at 12 o'clock, the women would start to take off their clothes and you would have to guess if you were with a cisgender woman or a transgender woman.
Oh my.
So some of these dudes, they already been making out with these chicks, they already been doing all kinds of stuff. And then the clothes come off and you figure out whether or not you got a chick with. Or the night that another male R&B artist that I know, and I've already spoke about this. I'm not going to put you out there, but you know exactly who you are.
It's diabolical.
You know you was there underneath that piano sucking Jamie's while he was playing Mozart. and he taped it, and I saw it. Now, I've already spoke about this on another channel, and I'm not going to say your name this time
Here's the knockout blow.
because you didn't sue me. So we already know what it is. But what I will say is this. Tonka trucks are Tonka trucks, not tanks.
Some people have speculated that the person that she was referring to is none other than R&B singer Tank. I'm not sure if any of this is true.
Okay.
But this is crazy. Jaguar just, this shit is crazy.
Wait.
Let me know if you guys think what Jaguar is talking about is valid, or
Hold on.
is it
Wait a minute.
just artificial?
Hold on. Wait.
So
Okay.
looking like my girl Jaguar Wright.
No. Okay.
Jamie Foxx is a wild boy.
It's not even about, you know what, we gonna focus on the accusations of the guy who is supposed to have been under the piano.
Okay.
It does not help his case that he did an interview
And said he got sucked dick 3 times to know if you like it. He said that.
I thought he said twice.
Whatever he said that though.
Okay. So if we take the content of him saying that, okay,
Right.
and you take the accusation, could
Right.
it be that this piano situation
really happened?
was time number 1?
Well, where would time number 2 have happened?
Maybe he hasn't had time number 2, or maybe he likes it.
So after I saw that video,
Because that's a wild,
now.
it's a wild accusation. It's a wild accusation.
So are you aware that Tank has a podcast?
Everybody has a podcast right now, bro.
That is true. Everybody.
And I hate that every celebrity has a podcast right
So
now.
so Tank has a podcast. It's called R&B Money. I believe that's the name of the podcast.
Okay.
He does it with, not sure who this nigga is that he does it with, but apparently he is like some reputable writer in the music industry.
Okay.
Cool. So I've watched a few episodes. Like I watched the episodes, I feel like with anything
Right.
content, you watch what you feel is gonna be interesting. Like if you do interviews, I watch who you interview depending on who it is.
Right.
So I'm always down for a good Jamie Foxx story.
Why?
It's just some like Jamie Foxx is a very interesting interview because he's a comedian. So he break off into character as he's telling these stories sometimes. It's usually a good interview when you watch Jamie Foxx. But Jamie Foxx did Tank's podcast. And I could be overthinking this. But you ever be in a room with 2 people and you be like, y'all giving me that energy like y'all fucked before?
That's wild.
And as I was watching the podcast, I was like, him and Tank give off the vibe like we've done some shit together and we enjoyed it. And we might do it again. I don't know. But that's the vibe that Jamie Foxx and Tank give me. So when she was like he was under the piano sucking duck, I was like, that's not far-fetched.
Well, Tank did live with Jamie Foxx for a while.
Yes, he did.
So look, if people want to join, if people are about that life, so be it. Okay. If that's what you want to do, if that's how you live, that's just how you live. Okay. We're not going to think less of you. We're not going to judge you. You're not going to lose your music. Well, can't say you're going to lose your music career, but if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
Have gay R&B singers?
No, I'm not going to say, I won't say you're not going to lose your music career because we don't know what will affect your music career. You could come out the closet and be like, oh yeah, I am, this is my life. This is how I'm living my truth now. And you may lose a lot of your fans. You may gain a bunch of new fans. We don't know. Music is fickle.
It is.
So I can't say you'll lose your career because for all you know, your career
swapping
blow
pictures.
up. Your career could blow up out of nowhere, or other days you can come out and they be like, damn, I don't want to listen to dude no more. He made a song about his gay lover. I thought it was about a girl. Look, it's speculation. It's her word versus whatever else is out there. She didn't get sued for saying it.
All I'm saying is, Ms. Jaguar Wright, you know something, and I want to know what you know. So Roll
I want
another
to know
video.
what song she famous for.
I don't know either.
Were very promising until they went to fucking Erykah Badu's goddamn healing house.
How many?
How many people got auditioned by Coco before they got a meeting with the Badoozle? How many young Dallas rappers right now can tell you to smell a Coco pussy just to get a feature? Have to pay and the bitch still don't show up. God damn it, I done lost my head.
I mean, are we just sheep out here?
Everybody know the rope-a-dope with the right sisters.
So, all right, Jay.
They've been robbing every fucking young rapper on South Dallas. Word on my mama, yo. On my mama, dead or alive.
Center?
She done ran through at least, you listen to me. She said Coco first. You know my sister really want to work with you. On some fucking, y'all be fine heartbeat shit. Nigga, this shit is wild out here, G. And they be young bulls too. Yo, let's go down to the Big T and look at some grills.
All right.
So now she's accusing Erykah Badu
Now,
Oh.
once again,
of robbing niggas.
once again, where's her career at? Because this to me so far sound like
hate.
Sound like hating you bitter. Now, like I say, it might be some truth behind it.
I enjoy the hate.
It's just
I enjoy the hate.
I just don't want to spread this ill rhetoric. Like, if you just unhappy because your career didn't go nowhere, so now you want to point out stuff that you heard. Like, the court of public opinions is already stupid to begin with. They believe the first thing they hear.
This is true.
So, like, we've already been sparing the notions that, like, when Erykah starts dating a dude, she changes a dude. I mean, and that's not always a bad thing. Andre 3000 was a little bit different afterwards. Jay Electronica never dropped real music on his own. Common went from... He dropped an album with Jay-Z. He didn't drop his own solo album.
Look, y'all said y'all wanted Jay.
All I'm saying is that's not what we asked for.
Did the Jay not show up?
2 J's show up.
Man, so y'all got double Jay.
I don't want that. Now, the thing about
you motherfuckers got Jeff Jarrett instead of Jay Electronica.
like, it's already, and the thing about Jay Electronica, fun fact, he was already being accused of stealing people's rhymes anyway. Like, there's this whole lawsuit that was against him in his early career that songs, including Exhibit A and C, was actually his roommates in college's notebook. And he just basically stole one of his notebooks and went out here and made a career based off of his notebook, which is why after the hype of him had died down, because at this point in time, I think the lawsuit got settled out of court, he really didn't have no music because he didn't have nothing to write. He couldn't produce anything that matched the lyricism that his early career had. So he fell off and never made any more music. Yeah, which is why we never got anything. And that's why when we finally got the J&J album, his bars wasn't even that good. And Jay-Z's album, his lyrics sound phoned in. Like, these are just some throwaways that I've been sitting in the vault. And I feel like they only put it together because he needed to put some music out, or else somebody probably threatened to kill him for all we know.
Oh my God. How did they want to kill Jay Electronica?
Because he probably got fronted some money, and he said he was going to pay him back from the album. There ain't no album.
All right, what else we got on the board for Miss Jaguar Wright?
I
I
don't-
guess if we just get all her videos out the way.
Shit, I don't even know what all is hers anymore. Is this
Play another video.
Next, Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
This was wild when I saw it.
Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity.
Big L, rest
He
in peace.
lined up Dame Dash, stole his life identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, shout out D Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige.
What happened on 106 and Park with Mary J. Blige? I'm asking you a question, Juan.
Oh well, I guess Free is down with the Illuminati too.
Well, let's find out here.
Blige is allegedly on a freak off tape with Diddy. It's been going around all over TikTok that Mary J. Blige is in a freak off tape with Diddy, and she's saying that this was her rite of passage. And a lot of people have always wondered about Mary J. Blige, and they feel like she is in on some shit because she has never opened her mouth, and she has been with Diddy since the very beginning. And there are a lot of photos on the internet with Mary J. Blige with Cassie, and as you can see during these photos, Cassie has visible bruises on her body. Now, all this information with Mary J. Blige allegedly being in a freak off tape with Diddy instantly made me think of Danny Boy. Mary J. Blige slept with a 15-year-old Danny Boy when she was 24 years old, and Danny Boy admitted that Mary J. Blige would fly him out to New York multiple different times.
I've seen that interview.
15, 16 years old, and she flying me
I've
in
seen that interview.
to see her.
This is
And
why when
you know what it is when a girl back up on you, you young and shit. And I'm
my
trying to
grand
show her that.
uncle's funeral
Yeah, she ain't
earlier this
phasing me.
year, it threw me off.
I'm hard as goddamn. She's backing up against me. This Mary J. Blige. And quite naturally, I mean, you know, I don't even know if you're supposed to say you had sex with people on camera. I had an opportunity to go out to New York and visit her a couple more times.
And then after all of this information started coming out that Mary J. Blige is allegedly in this freak off tape with Diddy, I started thinking about the time that Danny Boy said when he was a teenager, he had relationships with men that were in the closet that were singers and producers in the industry. Danny Boy was asked when he said this, was this somebody at Death Row? Because at the time he was with Death Row, and he said, hell no, this is something that he knew to keep about himself in the closet because you could never let Suge find out about this, and it was nobody like that inside Death Row. So this really has me thinking, did Mary J. Blige and Diddy do a freak off with Danny Boy? Is this who Danny Boy is talking about? I mean, he admitted to sleeping with Mary J. Blige when he was 15 years old and said that Mary J. Blige flew him to New York multiple different times, and said at the same time during his teenage years, which would be 15, 16, 17 years old, he was having relationships with men who were in the closet and they were acting like they were straight. And in this interview clip that I'm about to show you of Danny Boy, he also explained how these people have never came out of the closet. You cannot tell me that this man was not talking about Diddy. Like, this is some crazy shit.
Okay,
I thought it was bad enough that Mary J. Blige messed with the 15-year-old Danny Boy, but now the connections are starting to fall in line. But I'm going to go ahead and roll you guys this clip of Danny Boy explaining how he was having relationships with people in the industry who were basically in the closet and never told the truth about.
It wasn't. That was the crazy part. It wasn't on loop.
Okay,
She just
so-
kept saying it.
With the two videos, you just kind of played back to back. You kind of snowballed into two things because I had Mary J. Blige at the freak off on the docket because that was why that was news to me. I didn't know that she was taking Danny Boy's draws at 15.
Yeah, I knew that a long time ago. I found out about that because chicks would come and hang out with Daz and Tupac and those who were around were always catching residuals. And Danny Boy was new to Death Row.
Mary J. Blige was trickle down ass.
Catching residuals.
That's wild, Tom. Why would you say that?
At the time, he probably was. See, we see old Mary now. We see Monet. We see All I Need to Get By Mary, No More Tears, Family Affairs.
Okay,
so that's the Mary we know now.
Is Danny Boy famous?
So this is like what's the 411 Mary?
Okay, yeah.
This is early Mary, like we just now getting to know who Mary
she
is.
Probably get tossed up at the party.
I'm saying.
Nobody know Mary.
So Danny being new to the crew and you partying with, Death Row and everybody, right? You see this little young lad, you think he's cute, and you're like, okay, cool. Get to having a conversation. He's innocent. Because at the time, I think she was also kind of dealing with Pac, too. So in the beginning, they were secretly sneaking around, messing around.
So Tupac and Danny Boy, Eskimo brothers?
Yeah. Think about it, in the music industry, it's probably a lot of artists that are Eskimo brothers. Very nasty. But yeah, so I wasn't surprised when that came up, this extra information on top of. Also, I'm not surprised Mary being a part of Freak Off either, because like you said, you started with Puff. You were in the early game with Puff. There was Biggie and there was Mary. These were your two artists at the time. So you'd be lying to yourself if you're not saying that everywhere that Puff went, Mary wasn't following in some shape or form, if not led with it. So they probably started off as a business relationship. And when you're young, you're making money, you having fun, you seeing the world together, lines got crossed. And then when you realize that the dude you kick it with is into some unique things, and you start to be numb to these unique things. Wow. Because we don't know what really goes down at this freak off. We just know that orgy parties are now being called freak offs, if it's even that. I don't know what's going on here. I can't say yes or no.
Yeah, I really don't know what's going on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for all we know, we may get there and it's just sex.
Right, nothing out of the order.
Right, nothing out of the order. Nothing that would make the world be like, oh my God, it's regular shit. It's just people we know in there. But the reason why I said I'm not surprised, not because I knew the story of Danny Boy already, but there was a point in time, and I think it still might be kind of this way, where it wasn't out of the ordinary for young boys to have had sex with an older woman. It was considered a rite of passage for a lot of people. There are some men to this day who brag about their first time was with the older woman in the neighborhood while they were still in high school.
I just think these be stories because of the people that it be. Like it's Mary J. Blige. When you find out, you be like, oh my God, Mary J. How could you fuck young dudes? You be like,
the J is for jump down.
Mary jump down block. That's correct.
I don't know. You got to look at the time. I'm not saying it was cool.
What?
People also have to understand that
Mary jumped down block.
That was wild.
I can't believe you said that about the queen of hip hop soul.
That's Aretha Franklin.
I'm sorry. What is Mary?
That's the queen of soul. Mary J. Blige is the queen. Yes, it was R&B and hip hop.
Hip hop and R&B. Yeah. How dare you speak about the queen like that?
Man, the queens do freaky shit too.
Yeah, especially when you hang out with a nigga named the Diddler. But I also like out of Jaguar Wright is so left field.
But that's another thing too. Like Jaguar Wright credibility is.
I like how she paints Jay-Z as fucking Thanos. Like she got Hov sounding like a now.
Okay, so the story was that Jay-Z got Aaliyah killed, or Diddy got Aaliyah killed?
The story was that Jay-Z had Aaliyah removed from life.
You know what's funny? Everybody always somehow makes it seem as if Beyonce wouldn't have been where she is if Aaliyah would have still been here.
Okay, so I do think,
and I think Beyonce still would have been here, would have been at the level that she's at. We don't know.
I do feel like when there's less competition, not saying that he had her off, but I can see how if everybody in this field is dope, if there are less dope people around, there are more opportunities for you. So I'm not saying that Beyonce wouldn't be Beyonce if Aaliyah was still alive and kicking. It's just that there are certain opportunities that you see that Beyonce got. You be like, well, if such and such may have still been here, this is more of a situation I can find her in versus Beyonce.
I don't
Not
think
s-
so. I
not
think
saying-
Beyonce still would have had her lane because you got to remember she had a dad that was from the jump already destined to make you a solo star and make you be famous. I don't listen to none of Beyonce's earlier music and feel like that wouldn't have been a hit if Aaliyah was here. I don't get that vibe. I feel like other artists wouldn't have made it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Ashanti wouldn't have been big.
But I think
Ashanti would have just been a ghostwriter. Carrie Hilson would have never made it from behind the pen. Hell, let's keep it a bug.
Carrie Hilson still ain't made it from behind the pen.
She had a little run.
Who fuck knows Carrie Hilson?
She had a little run right there. She just went at the goat at the wrong time
and got her shit. Man, sit down, lady.
That was
You
wasn't
was
her
fine.
fault. It wasn't her fault.
You was fine too.
DJ, who's that? Polo dropped that verse. Polo talked her into doing that.
Shut up.
And Polo got her career killed.
No, but I do also look in the context of just from a music standpoint, it ain't a lot of talented writers. So
They are. I just think we don't know who they are.
I'm just saying, but if it's only 5 niggas profitable that you know for a fact, if I reach out to work with you, bring you a hit, and you got all 5 working on your album, where do y'all have time to help me with mine? So shit like that. So
I think she would have found okay. So Beyonce has Solange, who's always writing for her. So you already technically had an in-house one already. I don't think that some of the other people wouldn't have worked with her because Destiny's Child was still making noise at the time. So for her to go solo, they still would have gotten some good writers out of her because Destiny's Child still would have been doing what they were doing even if Aaliyah was here, in my opinion. So she still would have had that visibility that a solo album wouldn't have hurt her.
And well, if it was a fifth, we'd all
I'm just saying. Don't get me wrong, Rock the Boat will still always, hands down, be one of my favorite songs, which is definitely a song about Aaliyah getting flipped.
Man, you write a song about getting your cheeks beat.
Getting cheeks smashed and a smash hit. It'll always be my favorite song. It was a great song. Shit, I love that song. Told that nigga to work the middles.
As much as I enjoy Jaguar and her rhetoric, gotta stop trying to paint a hole as Thanos.
I don't even think it's just that, fam. I just need you to understand who hurt you. Is all I have to say with her.
Who hurt? We got more videos up here, Tom.
Who hurt you? What's here? What's this one?
AJ, and this is Free. AJ and Free were a host of a huge show on BET called
Jaguar Wright
106 and Park. These two were able to interview huge celebrities. I'm talking about people like Nick Cannon, Tracy Morgan, Memphis Bleak, and a whole bunch of other celebrities that were huge at the time. After 106 and Park ended, a lot of people always wondered what happened to Free because she was so popular. But actually, there was a story about Free and Jay-Z. So apparently, my girl Jaguar Wright has alleged that Free and Jay-Z has a mystery child.
What happened, Jag? I miss her. AJ, did Jay-Z fuck Free? And if so, how did you know?
How did she know all this stuff?
And do Angie Martinez
That's my whole thing. Why does she know all
You
this?
know how unfair it is that Free had to give up her career just so she could be a mom? And yet, she was willing to sacrifice her brilliant broadcasting career to be a mom, and she can't even post pictures with her kid.
Says who?
And more importantly than that, why won't Angie Martinez tell the truth about why no one asks about Free?
What does Angie Martinez have to do with it?
What I will say is I love Free very much. And I
You still talk to her?
Okay, she sung Back Up Unplugged with Jay-Z in 2001. That's why she got such a connection to him.
She's not allowed to talk to me.
Apparently, she said Common a freak nigga too.
I wouldn't put it past that.
So do you think Jay-Z and Free have a secret child?
I wouldn't put it past it.
And if they do have a secret child, you are not allowed to post pictures or share your life as a mom with the world.
I think that's bullshit.
I'm just saying.
I think that's bullshit.
Well, if that's a part of the game.
Right, made headlines on social media regarding such a trajectory of her music career, her fallout with the Roots, her grievances with Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, and Mary J. Blige, as well as claiming that her boyfriend Common sexually assaulted her after performing a concert in the mid-2000s. And in 2022,
Yeah, it's up for It's up for Jill Scott.
Wright made headlines once again when she did an interview speaking on the dark side of the music industry. Okay, so the dark side of the music industry I can understand, but you went at some names of some people that is definitely going to make people be like, I don't believe you, because you got beef with the Roots and Jill Scott.
Hey man, Jilly,
and I'm not saying that it's not legitimate.
Jilly might be a bitch, and we don't know.
I refuse to believe that.
Me too.
Like you can't make me. And you know what? She might be, and I'm still gonna be like, but what did y'all do to her? You know,
that's toxic.
Like it's. I refuse to believe that anything else, bro. I'm sorry. Jilly is 50 something years old, my guy.
But this happened when they was younger.
Jill Heather Scott is 52, my nigga.
And she's still bad.
But I'm just saying. I'm not going to say that she probably not. But at this point in time, bro, when was she born? April? What's that make her?
Googling Jill Scott?
Yeah, I'm on Wikipedia mid-show.
Right, like
she's an Aries. I just wanted to know what her sign was. She's an Aries. Yeah.
You couldn't tell by her birthday?
I don't remember. Like, bro, if you're not a Sagittarius or a Cancer or a Scorpio or a Leo, and now or a Libra.
Or Gemini. I'm pretty sure you know when Geminis are born.
Yeah, Geminis too, because of my mama and that other heifer. I don't really pay attention to all the random other ones. Like, I don't know when Taurus is or Aries or shit. What else is out there?
Aries, I think, is like April.
Yeah, that's what she's an Aries.
April.
March and April.
Taurus and Aries are like April.
Yeah, see, like I don't be knowing what those are.
May. Taurus goes into May.
See, I don't keep tabs of that.
Capricorn goes into Aries.
And then there's Virgos after Leos, right? Yeah. And then Virgos go into Libras. And Libras going to Scorpio. Sagittarius goes into Capricorn.
Then we start the vicious cycle over again. Okay. Capricorn, then there's Aries.
That just lets you know, like after Capricorn, but before Gemini, I don't care.
So you said fuck them Taurus? Fuck the Aries.
I don't pay attention. I'm sorry.
Don't fuck with y'all.
I just don't pay attention. Like,
what? All right. We got any more videos on the board?
Unfortunately, we do. This shit's wild, baby. So, for some odd reason, Juan just has this thing about that he just wants HR to be redone. And he kind of wants it to be a permanent method of communication because he feels that if
this is how HR should be done, though.
If more jobs have their HR department teaching these useless courses this way, he may actually pay attention.
You're an intern, go get coffee, get trained. Hey now, you're an intern, work your butt off, don't get paid. And all that glitters is gold. You should have logged your hours. I can't hold your hand. Should have given all your hours when you had the chance.
Rick, he said what he said. He made a comment about Haley's legs. He must have gone straight out of his head. Now he's packing his desk up instead. He's a devil. He's a misogynist. He's off payroll. Oh, out of office when you go. Said it so everyone knows. The break room is a little old place where we can get together. Break room, baby. Break room, baby.
Yo, I love these videos.
There are about 6 kids, because I feel like they got 3 kids each, that is traumatized and that hates that their dads are like this.
Hey, but I'm telling you, if the HR meetings were like this, people would care about HR more.
I don't want my HR doing this. I will walk out.
HR is lit.
I will walk out. He's a devil. He's a misogynist.
Out of office. That's
Because I didn't know what they were singing at first.
He's a devil. He's a misogynist. He's a devil. Oh shit. So I just want you to know that when TDR is become its own thing,
talk to Sarita.
If you leave Juan in charge of the HR meetings,
that's what. No,
I'm hiring these niggas.
No,
and they will sing all of the hits every time you hire 10 employees.
No.
Yes, Tom. That is what their first HR gonna look like. That is exactly.
I would hire them for real though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
absolutely.
Random Christmas meeting.
They just show up saying Christmas songs?
No, they sing that. They sing those. I need 7 HR influenced songs, and these are the topics we need to cover. Here's your down payment. You get the rest after the meeting.
Ooh, he's a devil. He's a misogynist. This is crazy. Yo, I love those videos. Every time I see one.
I hate you for that.
Yeah, man.
So I was watching old Cosby Show episodes the other day. Okay. Gotta go down the old school rabbit hole. And I found out that the girl's mom never seen the Big Fun episode. When Vanessa went to go see the concert in New Jersey.
Oh, they snuck out?
And they snuck out.
Is that one where like Claire get beastie?
Beastie.
I remember
Beastie. So she never seen it, right? So I was like, you never seen this? Hold on. So I go on YouTube because YouTube had everything. Go on there, type in Cosby Show, Big Fun. When I tell you there was like 17 of these videos, right? I just went on ahead, played the full one. When I tell you she was surprised that she had never seen Claire in mom mode like this before.
Claire got some moments.
Like, dog, Vanessa had to be the worst child. Period. Hands down.
I think my favorite Cosby Claire moment is when she snapped on Elvin.
Elvin had that coming though.
She was so calmly about getting Cliff some coffee.
Right, dog.
Just,
Alvin was so misogynistic that it wasn't even funny. And the way Claire would constantly put dog in his place,
like checking so
in
fast.
His place. I don't even know how Sandra even started dating dog.
Well, because Elvin was one of them niggas who he had a good heart, but he was misinformed as a motherfucker.
Like. And then she stayed with him and had twins with him. Alvin finally got it together towards the end, though.
And then they brought that dark skinned nigga in who was also in Strictly Business. I can't never remember dog name.
But
he was the Navy dude.
Oh, Denise's husband.
Yeah.
You know that was Sandra's date on the pilot episode. So the pilot episode of the Cosby had a completely different house.
Well, low key, when you go back and watch a lot of shit, they recycle characters like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it was a lot. He was a pilot episode character. He was coming to pick Denise. No, actually, it was Denise. Cassandra didn't come until later. He was coming to pick Denise up for a date. And this is how you knew the house was different, because where the stairs are,
right,
there was a cubby under the stairs that was like a nook reading area. So he was standing in there. And Cliff was off to the side talking about dog, talking about he's probably ugly, weird looking, all kind of crazy things. And then he's like, hey, you know the way Bill used to make his faces and change and stuff, talking about dog. And at first he didn't want Denise to go on the date. It was funny as hell. So it was like, that was a whole throwback.
Yeah, they used to recycle the shit out of characters. Like, it's just one light-skinned nigga who has been on all the episodes of Family Matters as like 7 different people.
Probably
his character is never significant. He's usually like the bully or the nigga who can't read or some shit, or like the love interest, or like the nigga trying to be a Mac and then he get played at the end of the show. But it's this one light-skinned nigga he's everywhere.
That's the way. What's Beyonce's stepsister? Chick who won't ever get old. Damn, it's like Bianca something.
Is Beyonce related?
No. So when Beyonce mom got remarried, she remarried her dad, but she's known for she's always been in everything. She's actually, the last thing I remember seeing her in was damn, what's that show? with Ralph Angel, because she's the girlfriend.
Ralph Angel?
It's this one show. I can't think of it.
Well, Tony, you got a computer in front of you.
Damn right. I'm gonna go look it up right now.
Use
But she was in
your
everything.
Googles.
She was the mean cheerleader on 1-on-1 when they were trying to join the team.
Oh,
she was one of the vampire slayers. She had like a very short
run.
You
Fuck.
know
Alexis Fields.
No, that's not her. No, Alexis Fields was the mean cheerleader, but this chick been around too.
I'm like, the mean cheerleader was Alexis Fields, who is fucking fine and has always been fine.
She's still fine. I followed her on Twitter.
Right.
No, not Twitter, Instagram. And she be posting her little thing. Okay, let me see. I gotta go the old school way. Let me go find Beyonce first.
This nigga crazy. Just so you can find her siblings.
Yes. Because when you go to the little side box, it tells you it's relatives, and it'll start naming them.
I doubt that they classify her on. Well, I don't know. Wikipedia is run by some niggas.
Yeah, you got
the niggas who run it. I don't know, but it's run by niggas.
It's the fact that it can be updated by every other people.
That's pretty fucking wild. But while you look at that, I've been seeing a lot of videos, and they kind of been debating how much a haircut should cost.
You know, okay. Bianca Lawson. Okay. That's her name.
Never heard of her.
Yes, you have. I'm going to show you a photo of her, and I guarantee you when you see it, you'll know exactly who she is.
How much do you think a haircut should cost? First of all, how much do you pay for your haircut?
40. And I'm mad we here.
And what do you get all included in your 40 bucks?
Haircut and beard cleanup.
So do you do like razor?
Yeah, he does the razor.
All
yeah.
That? Oh,
told you.
Okay,
I told you as soon as I show her, you're gonna know who she is.
I've seen her. I've seen her face.
She's everywhere.
Damn, what is she in?
Everything.
She was just in something I've seen though.
She's in everything. I cannot think of the name of the current show she's in.
Yeah, I've seen her face around. I never knew like that was she was like Beyonce.
Yeah. Matter of fact, that article that I just pulled up, it was from Essence talking about Meet Beyonce's new stepsister. That's literally the title of the article. That was funny.
So you pay $40.
Yes.
$40 includes haircut, beard cleanup, and you get the razor.
Yup.
Do you feel like that's a decent price?
That is a very decent price because when he does, because first of all, you know, I was on this long journey of finding a new barber.
Finding a new barber.
And we know that for men, finding a new barber is like a new relationship.
It's tough.
You know, it's tough. If you get traumatized, don't be one of them dudes who ever got your line and pushed back because now you don't trust nobody.
Right.
You know, them kind of people. But, you know, he happened to be here in Sherman, Phoenix, and need a haircut one day. I was like, hey, bro, I got this event to go to. And he was like, say less. I got you. Got me right. We've been down ever since.
If the same dude who cut your hair cut my hair, he was valid.
Yes.
He was valid.
Same dude. Oh, I didn't know you came.
Yeah, that one day, like my barber decided to go out of town. I had to come to the
SP. Yeah, I didn't know that you came to see him. So, yeah. But the reason why this conversation right now is so funny to me, because unfortunately, my family does not know how to not be controversial.
Ooh.
I got Mimi, who's a problem. I got Ari, who's a problem. Now I got Junior, that's a problem.
I feel like I know Junior.
JR does the Salon Gossip podcast.
Okay. He is your cousin, isn't he?
Yes.
How does he feel? Because he's a barber.
Here's the thing. He charges $100 for haircuts. Okay. Now he's been charging $100 for as long as I've known him, for at least about 2 years now. And he stands on his prices.
What does he include for $100?
From what I've seen, because I went to him one time when I was doing I need to find me a barber.
You paid $100?
No, I'm family. Nigga. No.
Did you at least give him half?
I gave him what I told him I had on me.
It probably was a lie. You had left the money in the car.
Which is why he's awesome. No, but
you're shite. I feel you though. You're not wrong.
But he also owed me because he had got some work done by shipping them.
Okay.
And he never came to pick it up. So I don't know if he just gave the down payment and then was going to come pay the rest, but he never came to get whatever he had shit make for him. So I paid for it for him, got it for him, and he still took forever to get back to me. So when I finally came to get a haircut, I was like, look, nigga, you already owe me like $80, bro. This is what I'm going to give you. Call it either. I'm not going to pay your price. No.
$100 haircut.
$100 haircut. From what I've seen, he gives you basic. What I'm getting at 40, he's giving 2.
So he's upcharging $60 and just giving basic haircut.
To what I've seen. Now, I've heard him go on a rant online saying he's done more. But at the same time, he also will travel to you. But these are not the people who are complaining about his prices that travel to him. These are the ones who come to his shop. If you charging me $100 and you pulling up to my crib,
I can pay you $100.
I can respect that because you doing me a service for
Right.
coming here. You're putting your safety. There's travel costs. There's a lot that you got to go through. So I can understand if my current barber rolled up on me and was like, hey, bro, I'll come to the crib and cut you. I'll give you 60, even if you're still asking for 40, because that's $20 for that travel that you did, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, well, if y'all don't want to pay my prices, fuck you then.
That's not a good way to go about it, though.
And he caused this huge uproar online.
You shouldn't just tell your customers, fuck them.
But I also think that at this last time, the last controversy, he was flaking on people. He was making people pay their deposits, but he was canceling their appointments. And when you cancel an appointment, you're supposed to give them their deposit back. He's like, nah, you took up some of my time, so I'm keeping this.
That's how you get fucked up.
It was.
People will want to find you.
And, you know, when he knew he was moving to Houston, he hit him with the, I don't give a fuck what y'all think.
You act like Milwaukee don't live in Houston.
He down there cutting hair now, so. Because I was on my time. He was on my timeline earlier, giving the same style cuts. He basically said in his thing, like, I can go cut hair anywhere else. And I say it costs $100 and they pay it with no problem. But, you know, here in Milwaukee, y'all want to be broke niggas. If y'all broke, just say that. This is the way he talks. It was like, wow. It's like, bro, I'm tired of opening my timeline and my family and shit.
On one hand,
it's my dad's side of the family too. It's always my dad's
on
side.
one hand, I understand standing on your price,
right,
and standing on your business,
right.
But at the same time, I do also think people need to take into consideration just the type of people that you are servicing,
right.
So I feel like if you want to charge $100, $150 for a haircut, do you have a name in the city? Do you have clout?
Now, from what I've noticed, I think he does have a little name behind him.
Now that's different. Like if you got a name,
but I don't think he has a name because he cuts hair. I think he has a name because he be out in the streets. He be outside.
That's different.
Yeah,
you having a name because you're good at your craft is different than we just know you because you outside.
And I think it's because we know you because you outside.
If we just know you because you outside, I'm never paying $100 for a haircut.
You'd be surprised what people would do that.
Nah, I'm good.
But I also think
maybe that's why I grew my hair out, because they upping prices on haircut.
But you also still got to pay a pretty penny for your retwists and stuff, though.
Right. I'll pay the money for the.
What do you pay for retwists?
My retwist?
Yeah,
$85.
That's actually not bad.
And that's everything. Like she's gonna wash my hair, style it, all that. It's not just wash and retwist.
All right, you my bro. But she shortchanged herself. Because I know people who just go 70 miles down to Chicago and they taxing $200 for all that.
True, but again, now.
But then again, I'm shortchanging myself doing this because I don't charge people as much as I should.
But when people say that they're shortchanging, are you shortchanging yourself, or do you feel like that's a solid price? And when you have a solid price, you are prone to get more clientele who are willing to pay this versus I don't know what comes with a $200 retwist, but I can tell you if I get a $200 retwist, that's a special thing because I can't pay. I'm not willing to pay you $200.
I get that. And like I said, it does depend on what all do you get from the 85 to the 200, if there is a difference in regards to it. But it's up to the person. It really is. Because let's take this podcast and stuff for an example. I charge the price I charge. So I have a lot of people that come in and they record because of it. So I have a lot of work. I have a lot of people. I have a lot of folks under my umbrella. Some of them are good. Some of them are, nigga, why are you here? You know? But if I was to raise my price to meet the demands of what everybody else is asking for out here, yes, I would have less shows, but I probably would now 9 times 10 have more people that are dedicated to doing it. Because if you're willing to pay what it would cost to record, you would meet your appointments. You wouldn't always cancel every other show because you ain't got it. Or you don't want to do it today. You will be like, well, I got to pay Tone. I just paid Tone this at the beginning of the month. Boom, 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 boom. You wouldn't be negotiating anything. You'll be doing your show. You'll have quality content. You will do the legwork to make your show be more visible and not just go off the strength of, I'm just recording today. Let me bank on what can come out of this. You're going to do the homework to make your show be better. You know what I'm saying? So because you paid more, you're gonna see more value into what you're getting. At the same time, it lightens my load, because if I'm only taking so many clients because I want to bring in a certain dollar amount a month, if I've increased my price to what I feel like people should be paying for all that I'm doing, because I do a lot.
Right.
Okay. So if I'm making you pay what I feel like the value of what I am, because if you were to go out and get an individual to do each one of these things, this is what the price would be more than what I'm asking. Then instead of me having 20 shows, I may only have 10. Well, now I can dedicate more time to you because I cut half my load. So now what used to be just 4 hours a week I would give to you for your show, now I can give you a whole day. I can lock in a couple of days to making sure your marketing, your promotion, your visibility, all these things look better. And since now I have more quality people who are not doing this because it doesn't cost as much as they thought it would, you're now paying the value that you're supposed to be getting. My pays get consistent too. I get people who are saying, okay, payments are due on the 5th. You're going to pay by the 5th because this is going to be important to me. I've invested in it now. I want to be here. Then boom, I can take care of better stuff. So that way, if all 10 people pay by the 5th, now I can go and take that $2,000 I just got in this case, if they paying $200, and get more stuff for the studio. I can do more stuff. I can edit stuff. But when I'm charging you what I'm charging you, it's like, well, I don't get paid to the 15th, because you don't look at it as the value of what you're getting from it. You pay me on the 15th. Now it's like, well, I could have did this, but now I got to wait till this in the month to do this. And now you're like, well, why do these people get it and I didn't get it? Because when they paid on time, I was able to do what I need to do on time. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of feel the same way with certain barbers. Like, if you're charging more than $50 for a haircut, it's 9 times out of 10 because you value the quality of your work and you've never missed. My old barber, I kept going to him because he never missed on how he would do my hair. Even when I had a bad hair day or I just dyed it and I need to get this shit out of my head, he knew how to work with that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I feel like...
But this is back then. This is when haircuts was only 25. But I get it.
It's just some shit regarding the haircut that I just be like, I get it, but I don't get it. And I get it.
Your haircut can change how you look.
I get it from a standpoint of it's a business. So I understand that. But then I don't get it because I'll be like, bro, I pay haircut prices for just the lineup.
And that is your fault for keep dealing with that particular barber when for the same price you get more out of it. When they okay.
One time I have dreads. It's not much you can
Well, it's different for you.
That's what I'm saying.
But
all I need is a lineup and to clean my beard.
But some people do extra. Some people cut the side of their hairs and trim the back and everything, and they just have dreads on the top and the sides.
No, I'm not doing that.
I'm just saying some people do.
We're gonna put him in a bun. We're gonna edge me up all the way around. Do the beard.
I'm just saying, like, if you look at yourself 2 years ago, you didn't have none of this.
I didn't.
You were a bald head dude with a baby face whose beard didn't connect.
That's wild. Don't say
It was
don't
2
say
years
that.
ago.
Don't say that out loud.
Look,
no
bro,
more.
there's video to prove it.
I know.
I can pull up old episodes.
Please don't.
That's the only reason why I haven't done a clip show yet for you. I don't want people to see how you used to be.
No, they need to see the evolution of what?
It wasn't no evolution. It was a downgrade at certain point in times. You had a rough day. But what I'm saying, bro, is I'm not knocking people charging what they charge. Just as the person, you got to present. People will pay $10 for a cup of coffee from Starbucks because they know what they're getting on that end of that cup of coffee.
That's true.
You're not gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts and ask these arbitrary orders. I need 3 shots of this, 2 of this, 1 of these. I need to put a little drizzle on this side, but they put some more drizzle over here. I need to use a half cup of whole milk, but I need 2 splashes of oat milk.
Nobody's doing that inside of a Dunkin' Donuts.
Nobody's doing that
You're
anywhere
not
else.
getting that off in Dunkin'
But because
Donuts.
you know you can walk in with this kind of attitude and these kind of wild requests
at Starbucks,
you're gonna pay $8 for that cup of coffee.
Absolutely, you're gonna pay $20 for that cup of
because
coffee.
even though you may have the shittiest job, that brief moment in time,
you felt like you was the man.
You felt like you was in charge. You were able to demand something, and then they put your name on the side of the cup that makes you feel extra special.
Starbucks is a confidence boost.
It is.
This is why people drink that shit.
That's why people drink that shit. Customer service at Starbucks is phenomenal. They make you feel like you somebody.
I mean, look, man, prices is prices. I will tell y'all, man, prices are going up everywhere. So if you got somebody legit to just the good business of my set price is my set price, be faithful.
And most people are more faithful to their barber than they are to their girl.
Then the family been cut my hair for like 20 years.
Wow.
But about 15, almost 20.
My last 2 barbers, the first one I met, dog, when I started college, because homegirl I was cool with, her sister was the beautician in there, and we had an event, and I needed a haircut real quick. So she said, "Hey, come up here, get your hair cut." I was like, "Cool." Rolled up there, sat in the chair, got my hair cut by one dude. He never came back. So when I came back the second time, I don't know, because I think this was also a training barber shop where like people come in, they get their little hours in for their cuts, and then they go graduate, and then they go start their life. So when I came back, bro wasn't there no more. So Brody ended up cutting my hair, and I stayed with Dog. So when he started running to different shops, I followed him. And then he just disappeared.
I like my barber.
And then that's how I ended up with Gundy, because
appointments only.
Actually, no. Gundy is the nigga who I end up going to, and I followed Gundy everywhere until he got done. Matter of fact, when I stopped going to Gundy is when he stopped cutting for a while. Then he started getting his own shop. Then I came back, and then he decided to go be an educator. I was like, why do you want to be an educator? And then that's when I needed to go find a new barber. It was wild.
All right. I think we have covered
everything.
Did you watch the Vince McMahon doc? Did you finish it? Did you watch it?
I watched it all in one sitting. That's the one thing I love working from home. I could just throw shit on and just let it play.
I'm gonna actually sit and watch it.
You haven't watched it? You honestly, for you personally, you don't need to watch it.
Yeah, it's probably a bunch of shit. The way my homeboy described it and the way I've been seeing people who doing reviews, it's pretty much a bunch of shit that, like, if you follow wrestling, you already know.
Yeah, if you are, it's not for us. That's what me, Tori, and Chalk was talking about. I don't think he was in a group that day. But me, Tori, and Chalk was talking about, like, this wasn't for us. This was for, because it's on Netflix, it was for those people who know what wrestling is, and they finally came back to it, or they know that Raw is moving to Netflix.
This is a wild way to introduce the product.
And they're going back to really, because you got to remember, a lot of people were down during the Attitude Era, and then they stopped watching it.
Absolutely.
They just stopped watching it. That's why, and it's funny because you brought up Miss B Nasty earlier. I was on Twitter, and she was shocked because she used to be a huge Stone Cold fan, and she watched the documentary, and she didn't know a lot of stuff that they were talking about in there was going on. I'm like, yeah, you're a fair weather fan, and I have to forgive you, but that's who this documentary was for. So when we were hearing things that we already knew, like the Montreal Screwjob, the Owen Hart situation, how he got the business from his dad, we knew all that. I think the only thing that I really got answers from was Shane leaving the business. I always wondered why he left the business. basically he expected the business to have been given to him, and he asked his dad, when you gonna let me, do this? And he kind of laughed at him a little bit. So Shane came to him early in UFC's career. They was going under, so UFC was up for sale.
Yeah,
and Shane
wanted to buy UFC.
And Shane wanted to buy UFC.
Division.
Exactly, and that's where it was. I didn't know the story behind that at that time, and he was like, "Dog, why?" And Vince had a legitimate reason, because WWE creates characters. So they make wrestlers be something they can continuously always market it. UFC fighters is you're only good as long as you're winning. And the minute you lose, you have no value to me.
So I think.
And that's why he didn't want to buy it.
Now, at that time, perfect sense.
Yeah.
But I think the evolution of once wrestling became pop culture,
right,
you can see just how wrestling bleeds into even things that are real.
Now,
now
that they've created that, it bleeds over. When they went PG, they were able to put their hands into more avenues that they couldn't as the Attitude Era. But Shane wanted UFC to run it independently from the WWE to prove to him, just like he proved to his dad, look what I can do.
Oh, he just wanted to promote it.
He just wanted to prove to you, like, look, I'm going to take UFC and I'm going to make it something, and I'm going to make it profitable. That way you can see, if I can do this with real fighters, imagine what I can do with the family business. And when Vince basically said, no, the only way you are going to get this company is if you put a bullet in my chest. And if you don't put a bullet in my chest, that's going to prove to me that you're not even strong enough to run my company, because you wouldn't do what needed to be done. That's going to make you look weak to me. And even if say, or you can buy me out. But even if you buy me out, you are going to have to bury me like the way I thought I was going to have to do my dad if I did not get on board with what you wanted to do. So at the end of the day, Vince basically say, Shane, either kill me, you're going to have to kill me to take my company. And Shane left. And I didn't know that's why he left. I just thought that he felt the way that when Trips came into the family and he kind of had a conversation that, like, we're going to go the direction with these two instead of you. That's why he bounced. I didn't know all that extra was with it.
I feel like if he would have given Shane the keys to the kingdom, what WWE looks like now probably looked like that 10 years ago.
I don't think what it looks like now would have worked back then. Fresh off the Attitude Era too, with that, the group of people he has now works for the image that we have now. The fresh off of Attitude people, nah. The fans we have back then, the great thing about it is the Attitude Era fans are dads now. They're mom and dads now with kids who are in middle school going into high school. So they're starting to see wrestling the way we see wrestling, but it's safer now, because I don't know if we would have been, I don't know if I would have been okay with Lily watching, Mankind take 17 chair shots to the head.
Why were you taking 17 chair shots to the head?
You tell me. That was that I Quit match, remember?
I get it. So at what point in time did Shane want the business?
Shit, when did he leave? It was
Shane left in like
30, WrestleMania 30, post or pre-30, 27.
Yeah, we already in a safe zone.
27 wasn't really that safe.
Yes, it was. There was no more chair shots to the head. After Chris Benoit, it was over for that. So by the time Shane wanted to run the business, we're already in a safe zone. We're already in the PG era. We're already going this direction. But I just feel like with Shane being younger and in the now kind of vibe,
right,
he would have made what we're doing now just back then.
True, but I just don't. I personally feel the world wouldn't work with the world,
because Triple H is the guy. He's the in the now, which is why wrestling got this hip hop feel to it now.
But that's because you got all these different avenues that are working. See, first of all, I don't think we would have had the partnerships like we have now.
That's because you would have always had Vince McMahon looming in the background.
Which is
he don't
why,
own shit now.
Which is
he
why
can't touch nothing.
Which is why he said you would probably have to kill me to get me out the way.
Or Shane would have had to release them sex tapes way earlier.
I honestly, and this is now that I'm looking back at that, I honestly feel like that's what the public he said why he left, but I think it was the other stuff. I think it was the behind the scenes antic that made, bro. Like I can't sit here and let you do this, bro.
Was he gave the company to Triple A?
No. You think that the You think that the allegations just came out? Nah,
yeah,
bro. He been on this.
Vince been freaky.
Right. And you know he was back there abusing. The big thing about one of the things that I completely did not know they did a sketch for was when Sable came back. There's a sketch where Sable is literally laying on the table in a provocative way, and Stephanie is literally yelling at her dad, talking about, and you hired her back to the company, the woman who sued us for this very reason.
Oh yeah, they made fun of everything.
Right. So if you
think Vince McMahon, nothing was off limits for a storyline.
Right. And that's part of why I think that, and we've said this before, I think a lot of storylines that Vince came up with that was degrading to people he was living at in real life. And it got to a point where Shane just like, you know what, bro, I can't do this. I have 3 girls or 3 boys. I can't let them see their granddad like this. Like you sit here and tell me that Vince McMahon, the father, is different than Vince McMahon, the business person, which is different than Mr. McMahon, the character.
No, they were all the same.
But they were all the same people. He even talked about how the fact that he actually was pretty abusive to Shane. It was pretty abusive to Shane. So yeah, at the end of the day, as he had to get away from that. He's
getting the shit off, man.
And he came back because he missed the business. He missed his family. It was more to it. Because he came back. It's like his first time back in the WWE. You have what can only be described as a fucking hardcore match with your dad. Like, why? You two are, first of all, neither one of y'all are trained wrestlers. And y'all be doing stuff y'all should not be doing. And Shane be jumping off of stuff he shouldn't be jumping off of. And that's the problem. That's why at WrestleMania, was it 39, you get in the ring, you tear your quad. To the point where Snoop got to save the moment. When Snoop has to save the moment. So honestly, you don't necessarily have to watch it. You're just gonna see Vince lying a lot.
Oh, I could just YouTube that.
Right. Yeah, it's not really nothing. Like you don't need to see it. You can watch it because you're bored or have it on the background while you're doing stuff like cleaning your shoes or something. But it ain't nothing you just have to like, man, I gotta watch this.
Also, before we go, feel good moment of the week. Jey Uso wins the Intercontinental Championship last week, Monday on Raw. Yeet.
I kind of don't care.
Damn.
It didn't feel like a good moment.
Wow.
I'm not on the Rikishi tip where it needs to be huge.
He ain't everything.
It ain't big fanfare. You not, a ticker tape parade or nothing like that. I don't know. It just felt anticlimactic. Because he had some of the greatest climactic stories battling Roman to get here. He's had moments where he had to fight his way to here. I knew he was going to win it when they kept bringing up the fact that he's tried for single title 6 times. When they keep bringing up all the shortcomings somebody has, we as wrestling fans can catch like, okay, he about to win tonight.
I still wasn't on my bingo board.
It wasn't on my bingo board, but yeah, it kind of felt like he still was going to win it. I personally felt that they wanted to give it to him at WrestleMania, but the Sammy moment going at Gunther was bigger than Jay going at Gunther.
I feel like they probably petitioned to have him.
Yeah, and Brian honestly was just a transition to move the belt from Sammy to Jay.
I feel like Brian gonna get it back.
And Brian, honestly, bro, Brian is technically ready to be a contender against Gunther.
This is what I hate about wrestling fans. Let me tell you this right now. Wrestling fans feel like, not all, but some. Wrestling fans feel like moments are like end-all be-alls of situations.
True.
Like, although Jey Uso has been on Monday Night Raw for the past year,
right,
year and a half, doing his own thing, in the background, he is still subject to be looming in this bloodline storyline.
Right. He's
But
always
the twist about this bloodline storyline now is I don't think that we are going to get what we have all been predicting for the past 8 months.
for War Games.
I feel like War Games ain't going to be Roman, the Usos, and a Sammy or another Samoan. I feel like
Definitely not going to be another Samoan.
with them adding Cody to the situation, which in hindsight, when I was thinking about this shit at work, I'm like, they booked Cody's storyline completely fucking backwards. Cody spent 2 years chasing Roman, but never interacting with Roman. Now that he's interacting with the bloodline, which he should have been doing like 3 years ago, we all want him to get the fuck away from this story as far as possible.
But the problem is, in this moment, unfortunately, there's nobody credible enough to face Cody. There's no heel on SmackDown that can be a good opponent. Now AJ's supposed to be coming back. I don't know how soon.
AJ gonna be on TV next week.
You're right. I remember seeing the vignette. I just didn't see it when he was supposed to return.
I feel like we just build a suspense.
But putting AJ against Cody right away, like,
just did that.
Yeah, I was saying we just did that.
I feel like the money within the undergoing storyline within the bloodline storyline is KO turning on Cody.
And we see that because KO is actually asking you to do something, and Randy is actually causing the problem.
But I feel like it goes back to the Grayson Waller show when he showed the video of Kevin turning on everybody. Right. And Kevin cut the promo. He said, well, everybody that I turned on kind of had it coming. Now you look at this, like I spent the last 5 years beefing with these niggas. And now all of a sudden, because this nigga ain't got no friends, you want to be his friend, but you're supposed to be my homie. So when I fuck you up off GP, I don't want to hear nothing.
I get what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I honestly feel like SmackDown just doesn't have nothing that they can do outside the bloodline in the women's right now. And that's the problem.
They better find out something.
And I think they're gonna stretch. I think things are gonna be stretched out a little bit. What's at Bad Blood is gonna be where everything breaks up. So I think yes, this is when we're gonna now move Cody and KO out of the bloodline business because Jay is Jay hurt or what's going on with Jay? Is he in rehab?
Jay's the
I mean Jimmy, my fault.
They saying Jimmy is subject to show up Saturday.
Because all I know is that better not be the main event. The bloodline match?
Yes.
What makes you think it won't be?
It shouldn't be. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre hands down hotter than any of this shit that they do.
I mean, it's Bad Blood, so technically.
And it's a fucking sale. It's been 20 years since we used this property, and it's probably been another fucking 17 years since we had a fucking sale match that should be the main event. It's the most personal.
I'm not disagreeing with the show being called Bad Blood. Yeah,
and this is the baddest blood.
This is the baddest,
but because it's fucking Roman. Right. Here's why Roman shouldn't get the main event. Because I don't want my night to end with a comeback from Jimmy fucking Uso. I don't care what you say in the comments, how you slice it. Do not end my night with a return from Jim fucking Uso.
I think it is going to go to Cody and Punk. I mean, not Cody and Punk. I think it's going to go to Punk and Drew.
It should.
Now that you mentioned that, it should go to them. Shit, what does this card look like? Because technically Gunther keeps telling Sammy no.
So I think that's the only match that's not confirmed. So what's tomorrow? Monday?
Yeah.
They might make it official tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that's the only match that is not. Gunther is the only person that's not on the card. So I think it's Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. Dominic will be in the shark cage.
He getting out.
Drew and Punk are in a cell.
He getting out, right?
Cody, yeah, of course. Cody and Roman will face
Finn winning.
And then Cody and Roman versus Jacob and Solo. And then Finn's gonna wrestle Priest. I don't know if that's got no special stipulations. I think that's just a match.
So from what I'm
and then Nia and Bayley.
It's 5 matches on the card, and the way that the WWE has been going, that may be the whole card. Like, not trying to be funny, but they notorious for doing.
Unless they add Sammy and Gunther.
Yeah.
But you know what I think they're gonna do with Sammy? I believe they're gonna prolong Sammy out because Survivor Series is in Canada.
That would make sense.
So why not just have Sammy lose in Canada? Because he's not beating Gunther. Not right now.
The guy was like, don't say that because we said he wasn't beating him at WrestleMania.
That was different. We had to get the IC strap off Gunther so he could become the world champion.
He became the world champ with ease.
Well, I mean,
but Randy gave him hell last pay-per-view.
That second match was way better than the first one.
It was.
But
the first one had to be, and you know it's crazy to say, we wouldn't have got that second match had we not got the botch in the first one. That was not scripted. Okay.
Yeah, that probably was.
All right, so let me run down these matches, and since we here, you get your prediction because I think the next time we record is probably going to be the pay-per-view. Cody and Roman versus the Bloodline. Who's winning?
Bloodline.
I said same thing too. Nia versus Bayley.
I don't know. That's tricky. But I think Nia gonna keep it. But I do see Tiff turning on Nia real soon.
Not a bad blood.
Not a bad blood.
Hey, okay. You seen the segment on SmackDown, right?
She grabbed the shit out that little white girl.
That's why it made me ask, like, how tall is Nia compared to Tiff? Because she looks so small.
Nia
but
definitely every bit of 6 feet.
But she grabbed her in that kind of way that turns most girls on, though.
See, that's why you got some of your eyes
Right.
fucking freak nasty.
But she did. But Nia, I think like Tiff and Naomi fight again on Friday. Punk and Drew. And is this the final match?
Well, yeah, they won the piece. Drew won the SummerSlam match. Punk won Bash in Berlin. Now,
which I felt like it should have been the other way. Stop doing Drew like that overseas, bro.
I think Drew should have.
I think Drew is like 0-12 overseas.
I feel like sentimental favorite CM Punk should win, but I guess I wouldn't be mad if Drew won. I mean,
here's
Drew,
but Drew is not wrong in anything he's been saying.
I told you,
but
niggas,
we want him to be the villain.
I told you niggas a long time ago. Drew has turned into Bret Hart.
He hates Bret character-wise.
Because when you go back and you watch like all of them promos from like 97 when like Bret like first turned heel, he was right about everything. They had been screwing him over. Shawn Michaels was a piece of shit. How the fuck can y'all cheer this foul mouth, finger gesturing redneck nigga from Texas when you got a real Canadian and American hero in me, Bret Hart, and the fans was like, hey man, shut the fuck up.
Because he was old.
Fuck out of here.
He was an old way of wrestling.
Bring out the nigga shaking his ass with the red pants on.
It is KRS-One versus Nelly.
Say, get you old niggas out of here.
That's what it is KRS-One versus Nelly. It wasn't that we didn't like Bret. We respect Bret. He deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. But we just like the shaking ass nigga right now because that's what's hot.
Man, Bret was like, fuck y'all.
All right, then we got Priest and Balor. I'm not gonna lie. I see Balor winning.
Balor needs to win.
I don't even see him winning like cheating. I see him winning, period. Because at the end of the day, another example of he's not wrong.
Balor
ain't said nothing wrong.
Balor only needs to win this because I just don't think the Judgment Day as a group can survive
with another L.
If y'all come out here, have the numbers game, and still win.
All right, talking about numbers. Liv versus Rhea. Once again, another person who is not wrong.
No, she definitely not wrong.
Liv is also right about Rhea. Rhea put Liv on the show.
Right.
So,
but she came back at the wrong time. You came back and we love mommy.
Why do we love her? Like, what happened that made us get behind Rhea? Was it the Charlotte match?
Rhea just... I was down when she first joined Judgment Day.
I was too, which is funny that none of the original members of Judgment Day is still in Judgment Day.
when they first put Judgment Day together and I saw who it was, I was like, this could work. The only thing that I had problems with when they first put Judgment Day together, I didn't think Edge had the cachet to get 2 other people over.
Which is why they kicked him out.
And I'm like, Edge is cool, but like you ain't really.
They was trying to make the new Brood.
Like
Vince always wanted to go back to the Brood. I don't know why.
You ain't making no stars. Right. Then when they put Finn in there and it was like everybody just kind of got to get themselves over. Yeah,
but that's what made it work though. Yeah, we not ain't no leaders here. We all on the same page.
She kind of the way her character stood out from the rest of them, she kind of looked like.
Right, but that's why I said Spin is not wrong because he kept saying we were all supposed to be equal in regards to this. We all supposed to.
5 foot nothing.
But then you're letting Rhea's over here running around going to Adam Pearce, fire Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce is giving us some of the great. He's giving us a last man standing match tomorrow.
This is our hashtag. This is my hashtag that I will always stand behind.
Fire Adam Pearce.
Fire Adam Pearce.
He's giving us a last monster standing match.
He cannot control his locker room. I should not start my show with 2 meaty men just destroying property.
Absolutely, this way you should start the show.
No, every week his women in the back fighting, not arguing, like they actually throwing hands.
Bro, Bronson Reed threw a fan.
That alone right there is a lawsuit.
I was describing it to somebody like I was on the phone. I was like, dog, you just threw a fan at him. It was like, where the fuck they get a fan from?
Box fan.
I'm like, no, a fan. They're like a box fan. I'm like, no, a human. Like he tossed this nigga out the front row at another person.
I mean, he's definitely an enhancement talent, but
the fact that you threw a human at a human is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's wrestling fan.
But here's the thing: I don't want a last man standing match.
Oh, it's happening though.
But that's what I'm saying. I just want you to keep them apart, and then every once a month, you just randomly run into each other and chicken fight.
Shout out to WWE for trying to make TV actually great. Like I like that they're now with Raw utilizing all 3 hours. Like all 3 hours.
Yeah.
Feel like if you don't watch Raw, you're gonna miss something.
But that's what it used to be. When Warzone and Raw is War, it really felt like 2 separate shows where there were certain quality of matches that were only on Warzone, and then there was certain quality of matches that was only on Raw. Now the way it's set up is the first hour is always going to be what the fuck. The second hour is going to be, okay, these are the storylines we're building. And the third hour is, this is really what you're here for.
Right. But sometimes they sneak a banger in that'll be like the main event of like the second hour. I was watching one week and I was like, hey, that shit was good. Then I looked at my watch. I'm like, oh, we got a whole nother hour of this.
Oh, it's because now wrestlers are allowed to wrestle, bro, and they'll give you bangers.
Shit, what was that? Was it last week? Whatever week that Bianca and Io wrestled.
They went to war.
And I think they were like either the beginning of the last hour
they was in the middle.
Like the end
they was the end of the second
I
hour.
was like, yo, this shit banging. I thought this was the main event.
And that's when I said Io is keeping Damage Control alive. Because first of all, everybody else is hurt. We ain't seen Asuka since the summer started.
Asuka been hurt. Asuka been hurt since like May.
I'm like, since the summer started.
Then
Dakota, that leg.
I don't know if she hurt for real.
That leg is just bad.
Because didn't she get jumped by like Sonya now?
Yeah, she jumped. They got jumped. I think, but the leg has always been bad. She ain't been in the ring in a minute because the leg has been bad.
She got bad.
And then Kyrie saying she got a whole eye problem right now. Just let Jillian do her thing down in NXT. Bring her up. And
we cannot have a group of Asians.
Kabuki Warriors for life, bro. I actually have a gang of Asians on my gang.
We cannot have a group of Asians.
Why not? We can have a group of Canadians. We can have a gang of black women. Why can't we have
what gang of black women do we have?
Naomi, Jade, and Bianca run together all the time.
They niggas adjacent. They not cool.
All we need is one more black woman.
I mean, but it's not an official on TV.
They always together. They
not
together.
A stable tone.
They done made entrances together.
They're not a thing.
They a thing.
You just want to put all the you trying to. Is that how you segregate? You just want to keep all the ages together?
No, I just
Jillian. You want to call it fried rice?
No, see, that's racist. I was gonna do Oriental Express.
You saw that.
I know, so I don't use it. But they're the Kabuki Warriors right now. See, because when you got warriors, you can put multiple people. It ain't got to just be two. And they be out. My Kabuki warriors be kicking ass too.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have been here for way longer than I expected. So I am gonna go home and eat some chicken tenders.
You eat some fried rice.
I don't have any fried rice.
Just fried rice.
So I'm going home. I don't have any rice.
Oh, why you ain't got no rice? That's supposed to be a staple in the black household. You always keep a bag of rice because you never know.
Maybe there is some rice.
See,
I got some mashed potatoes though.
I just had KFC earlier, so I had my mashed potatoes
So
already.
I'm gonna have chicken strips and mashed potatoes when I get home, and then I'm probably gonna play some 2K.
You got 25, or you gonna play WWE?
No, I'm playing WWE. I haven't bought the new games yet.
I haven't bought no new games either.
Last new game I bought was college football.
I didn't even buy that.
And I wanted to buy the bundle pack, but I just couldn't fathom spending $150.
That's where we at now, bro.
I ain't gonna say I couldn't fathom it. I didn't want to at the time.
All right, that's where we at now, bro.
Like,
Games
I'll come back and get this mad.
Because Black Ops 6 trying to get me to buy it. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
But I figure we finna play Secret Santa. So
You gonna have them buy it? That's wild.
I'm trying to hold off. And then maybe I could just fleece a nigga for at least one of the games for Christmas.
Terrible human being.
Our spending limit is like $250 something.
Yeah. All right. Well, we come to the end of this episode. Make sure you check us out on all streaming platforms. That's Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We might not be here this Thursday. I think I'm going to use this week to get the Return of the Devil together. So I'm going to just use all this week to work on getting her together. Because it's about time we come back to recording on Sunday nights normally. With that being said, people.
It's going to be a great weekend, man. Bad blood this weekend if you're a wrestling fan. And then the return of Hushly Awkward.
Big facts. With that being said, people, we are out of here. Peace.